Won't you stay? It's a beautiful day. Don't walk away. Don't walk away.
What do you have today and what do you recommend?
Let's see, Leanne. I've got pork over here. The farm's pork is absolutely the best, sweetest that there is. They milk feed their pork and then they nut finish it, and it's just absolutely delicious. Then I have some wonderful sausage. All of our sausage is nitrate free, and we have many different varieties. We also have a brand new lamb sausage. We have a pomegranate, no sugar in it.
We met at UC Davis, and
you lived in the feedlot. I was in the beef barn.
Yeah, and we worked on a ranch there too, and we were going to school, and that's when our first child was born. So we had been working with cows. Chris grew up on a farm, and so I worked on a farm as a child.
Farmers in my family, so it's kind of a little source of pride for me that I can continue farming. And John's grandparents were second generation immigrants from Italy, and they farmed in the Santa Clara Valley of California, and that's all Silicon Valley now. There's no farms left.
So we're certified organic. Our land is certified here, and we use organic practices because we're working with the natural order of how animals and plants interact and how soil fertility is built, and that's why we like organic practices. Grazing animals are good for the grass. The grasses respond better to an intensive grazing effort, and then to be left alone for a little while to recover and then grow.
Besides organic, we're also animal welfare approved, which is a very high standard of animal husbandry handling. So that's, I think, important and sets us apart. We also are registered with the American Grass Fed Association, which kind of monitors to make sure that you're just feeding grass and not grain to ruminants, which are not meant to eat. And we also have a Salmon Safe certification, which kind of represents this creek restoration projects that we're doing, where we don't graze any animals on the creek. We have a riparian buffer, and we're also part of a forest resource trust. I believe that a healthy landscape requires many different, not only domesticated animals, but wild animals and bugs and bacteria, and I just see systems as the more diverse, the better.
Different things are partnerships between people and animals, and then animals and other animals, and animals and plants that kind of work together.
Then the next thing we bring through is chickens, which clean up the cattle poop and eat all the weeds that the cattle don't use, and then leave their manure. And then we might put over goats or sheep or horses. We actually have some horses that we use for cleanup grazing.
And there's animals, that we use in agriculture that makes great use of pasture land and grassland. That helps us, as Chris was saying, to recapture the manure and use it in more intensive forms of agriculture.
We'll choose to increase an enterprise if people really want it. And that becomes really important. Like, we notice people love our eggs, so we're going to put more resource there. People go nuts for our eggs, so there'd be no reason not to put money there. Our customers really do dictate what we do.
For a market prep, we start our day at cold storage down in Eugene. Once we get back to the farm, we'll unload everything inside and start packing for markets, and then just go through little by little, pack everything up, make sure we don't forget anything, and then we'll go through and then load everything up for the market.
I really like the Hollywood Farmers Market. It feels like a really homegrown market. There's lots of families with babies, and people are really devoted shoppers there.
Chops for barbecuing, oh my gosh, they're unbelievable.
We were one cowboy hat short.
Yeah. This is a great life. We feel really blessed to be able to farm. We don't take it lightly at all. Every day we get thanks.